another video. My name is Alizea and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big pair or whatever. I'm back. How y'all doing, girl? You already know what today is giving, girl. It's a beautiful day or whatever. Bada bing, bada boom, girl. I'm finna push out this content for my Bookie Bears or whatever. And girl, you seen the title. You already know what it's about to be gave, girl. It's another rant video, girl. Before we get into today's video, girl, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Get up into the big prayer, whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. So today's video is about me sitting over here loving that I'm transgender or whatever, and I guess this is going to be one of those positive videos. I'm going to try my absolute hardest to shed light on my trans journey because I feel like I'm the only trans person here who wants to speak about real issues and wants to speak about real topics in this community. So boom shakalaka, buckle up. So I want to start this video by saying that I love that I get to experience a life journey, you know, that is completely different from everybody else's. I'm Alizea. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful, and I say that throughout every single video. Literally, you could go through the first video. I love being myself, and I feel like, you know, being myself is what makes me me. You get what I mean? I'm nothing like anybody else. You're not gonna find another black transsexual like me. You're not gonna find another person on this earth like me, and I feel like that's what makes me me. As a trans person, you really get to experience something that's completely different from everybody else. And what I really hate about this community, we already get a little controversial, but what I hate about this community, everybody talks about the cookie cutter stuff, talking about, oh, just do this, do that, la da 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 da, I love it, da 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 da. When I'm making these type of videos, I want to bring light to certain things or whatever, right? I love that I get to experience my life, but being trans has its up and its downs. You get what I mean? Although I do dislike being misgendered and I do dislike, you know, getting clocked sometimes, I understand that that's part of my journey. I understand that that's something that I have to accept as a trans woman. I feel like we see trans women online sit over here and get on camera and be like, I am a woman, I am a real woman, da 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 da, respect my pronouns. I always say this. I accept that I'm transgender. So with me saying that I accept that I'm transgender, I accept that not everybody is going to understand my trans journey, and not everybody's going to align with my trans journey, and not everybody's going to respect it. Period, point blank. If you don't want to respect me, it's simple, block, control, alt, delete. I gotta go, girl. Because why am I stressing myself out, and why am I trying to preach to you and try to educate you when you don't want to be educated? I just think that's so stupid. A lot of people are getting gray hairs trying to stress themselves out, trying to prove something when you don't need to be proving anything, just living your truth. And I feel like as a trans person, you have to be able to live in your truth. You have to be able to just walk in your path and walk in your shoes and just show everybody who you is without even speaking a word. This is why I say it's better to educate people than trying to sit over here and, you know, stress to people to respect you, because not everybody's going to respect you. It's common knowledge not everybody's going to respect you. You know, it's understandable that you want respect, and it's understand that you deserve respect, but not every, like I keep saying, not everybody's going to give you that respect. You have to be the person to give yourself that respect. I understand that people are going to call me a man. I understand that people are going to always see me as a man. I understand that people are never going to see me as the beautiful black trans woman that I am, but I don't need your respect. I don't need your validation. I got my own validation. I'm Alizea, boom shakalaka. And, you know, when I compare myself to some of these dolls and I compare myself to some of these people, you know, I'm sitting over here like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? I look at it like this. The thing that I do have about myself, you know, and the thing that I do possess is I possess positivity. I possess Alizea. I possess what Alizea is. I'm a beautiful, positive person. I try my hardest to stay as positive as I can, and I try my hardest to educate people on what a trans person is. And when I'm saying I'm educating people, I'm not stressing myself out to try to prove a point and trying to sit over here and open your brain. No, I'ma simply just tell you how it is. I'm transgender. I know I was born a biological male, but I live my life as a beautiful black trans woman. I feel like a lot of people want to dismiss what they were born as biologically, and I don't understand that, because the way that I look at it, if you're trying to dismiss that and you're trying to sit over here and forget about that, that's a part of your trans journey, whether you want to sit over here and, you know, come to terms with it or not. It's going to always be a part of you, but you have to be able to accept that. So when people rub it in your face and be like, you're a man, okay, I'm the baddest man to you. I know that I'm not a man. I know that I'm a trans woman. But when you call me a man, okay, boom shakalaka, I'm going to be the baddest twink to you. Hello, next caller. Because it's like the way that I look at it, like, all I want to do is just be myself. You get what I mean? And I do have times where I want to be a cisgender woman. I understand that that's not me. That's not what I was made for. That's not who I was born as. I was born as Alizé. I was born a biological male, but I live my life as a beautiful black trans woman. And that's something, that I had to accept. I understand that this is who I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be the trans woman that I am, because if I was a cisgender girl, I'm going to be real with you guys, I would be popping quiet. I would be sitting over here popping that cat, and I would have had 12 kids coming out this punane. Like, girl, that's not what it's supposed to be gay. Luckily, girl, I was born a biological male, girl. So, when I'm spreading these things or whatever, girl, you already know what it's supposed to be gay. If it ain't giving, birth control, girl, it ain't giving that, girl. It's giving, cleanliness or whatever I'm trying to say. Boom, shakalaka. But I used to compare myself to a lot of my cisgender peers, and I used to compare myself to these biological women. I used to be like, I really wish I had what they have. But I really don't want to go down their path. What I'm idolizing is the love. What I'm idolizing is all the other stuff, them not getting hate crime and them not getting discriminated against. But at the end of the day, everybody's walking a whole completely different path. And I feel like me being trans is something that I've had to learn. I had to learn a lot of things. I had to learn how to, fight through my depression. I had to learn how to fight through my mental health. I had to learn about, certain traits that I have. I just learned so much about myself because I am transgender and because I am my own best friend. I say this a lot. Something that you have to learn as a trans person is to be your own best friend, because if you're not your own best friend, you're going to crumble and fall in this world. You're going to get left behind, because you're always, trying to get validated from your friends. It's cool and all, but at the end of the day, if y'all were to fall out, how can you bounce back? When I fall out with somebody, okay, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to wish you well, and I'm going to go on about my business, because I got to do what makes me happy. At the end of the day, I want to be happy before I fall off of this planet, period, point blank. I hate that people in this community get on camera and act like, they're not experiencing certain gender dysphoria, or they're not experiencing this and experiencing that. And like, a lot of trans women will get on this camera and say that them getting on hormones is what helped them get this fishy look and what helped them get this fishy body, when they got 5 rounds of BBLs, 5 rounds of tummy tucks, and they got so many IG filters on their face. You're lying. You're a pathological liar, or however you say that, butch queen word or whatever, girl, get into the ghetto-ness or whatever. But I'm always going to be real with you guys. If I want to get surgeries, I'm going to go get them surgeries. But I look at it like this. I look like this already, so it's like, to enhance my beauty, unless I'm on Beyonce's level, I'm not gonna do that. Unless I got Beyonce money, I'm not gonna do that, because that's not something I really need right now. What I really need is to learn how to adult. A lot of people don't even know how to adult. A lot of these trans people don't even sit over here and have a good credit score, and they're spending all their credit cards, and they're running their credit cards up, getting all these surgeries and stuff, and they don't even love themselves. I love myself enough, and I'm not trying to sit over here and discredit anybody else's trans journey, but I'm talking about my trans journey directly. I love myself enough to be like, I don't really care if I look like a man, because if I look like a man, that's what it is. What am I supposed to look like? A woman? I was born a biological male, so if it looks like a woman, it looks like a woman. If it gets man, it gets man. If it gets woman, it gets woman. Whatever it gives, that's what it gave. That's the mindset that I have, and that's why I love being transgender, and that's why I love being the transgender person that I am, because when people sit over here and throw it out and be like, oh, you don't look like this, you look like that. Okay, what am I supposed to be giving, girl? I'm a 19-year-old trans woman. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not Blair White. I'm sure not Nikita Dragon. I don't got Kim Kardashian money. Okay, girl? I'm from a ghetto. City, girl. I don't have, 2 parents in my life. I don't even have no parents. They dead. Okay? So when you sitting over here trying to say that I need to be getting this, I need to be doing that, girl, you don't even have a good credit score. Hush it up. Next caller. And for example, I am a black trans woman, okay? So I was born in, a single household, a single mother household. I only had my mother in my life for real. And my father, wasn't even technically in and out. He just popped up literally twice in my life. You get what I mean? And, with me being a dark-skinned black trans woman, my mother has always ingrained in me that I need to love my dark skin, and that's what makes me me. I love being black. I know that there's people who hate being black. I know that there's people who hate having dark skin. Now I love my dark skin. When I go out in the sun, I don't sit over here and have, my skin turning red and stuff. Oh, girl, let me stop. I think that's, a little controversial to say, but like, to be honest with you, I just love my dark skin, because when I wear certain stuff, it just looks so good in the sun. When I look a certain way, it just looks so good because I'm black. I'm a dark skinned blackie. I love being so black. I love being, this black trans woman and having this big old nose and having this strong old chin sometimes, because this is what makes me me. Yes, I can enhance my beauty in the future, but that's not what I'm going for right now. What I'm going for is just leaving an impact. What I'm going for is just sitting over here learning how to adult. And I understand that a lot of people in this community will sit over here and say that, well, being trans is all rainbow and sunshines, and if you really want to be a true trans woman and be happy, you have to get hormones, you have to get all these surgeries, you have to go get FFS, you got to go get the bottom surgery. You don't have to do none of that to feel, trans enough. You don't have to do none of that to feel woman enough. You don't got to do that to feel man enough, or whatever you is watching this video, girl. Get up into the, controversialness. But I say this a lot. You ain't got to do that, because I say this, if you have self-love and you love yourself enough, when everybody's throwing this out to you, you're going to be like, okay, girl, I'm paying it dust. I ain't got that Beyonce money right now. I really don't care. Because like I say this a lot, you're never truly going to be satisfied in your life if you don't love yourself. I try to ingrain this in my audience. Love yourself, because you're the only person walking your path. You're the only person going through what you're going through. So everybody telling you that you need to be doing this, doing that, they can't even walk in your shoes, let alone you're walking in their shoes. You're walking in your own shoes. This is your path. This is something that you're going through. I'm going through my own journey. So when people tell me that I need to be doing this, doing that, it's not going to be all rainbows and sunshines that it's cut out to be. I might get on here thinking that it's, some rainbows and sunshines, and y'all might click on this video thinking that it's gonna be rainbow and sunshines, and I'm just gonna be talking all positively. No, girl, I'm a real ghetto black transsexual. I'm sorry, girl. I'm the ghettoest black transsexual that you're gonna ever meet. I gotta be real with y'all. It's not rainbows and sunshines. It's very ghetto. It's very ghetto. Sometimes I wish I wasn't born in a generation where I have, bills getting, passed through. Ooh, girl, we don't want to get into that, girl. But it's just so ghetto to me that a lot of people think that I'm a mistake. A lot of people think that I'm a sinner. A lot of people think that this is, going against God's will. God loves me. God loves me enough to keep letting me go. God gave me so much power. He could have took me off this planet when I got hit by a car. He could have took me off this planet when I fell out of a tree. He could have took me off this planet when I got sit over here and got, stranded in a whole another city. Girl, I'm still here. I'm still pushing. I'm still kicking, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. And this is why I love being transgender, and this is why I love being a transgender woman in today's generation. Although it's very ghetto, although there's a lot of people who truly don't understand me, it's not for them to understand. It's for me to understand, and it's for you to get educated if you want to get educated. You can stay in your dirty mindset all you want. I don't need to sit over here and stress myself out and go get some gray hairs to try to prove a point. I don't need to prove a point. I'm already proving a point by showing you that transgender people are real and we're going to live our life authentically. I don't need to do no explaining. I'm Alizaya. Put some respect on my name. And a lot of people say that you need people to respect you, but in my eyes, I don't need nobody's respect, because if everybody respected me, I wouldn't be as strong as I am now. People's words don't move me. People's words and, their feelings towards me don't move me, because, girl, I'm strong. I'm black at it, girl. I'm the blackest transsexual that you're going to ever meet. You sitting over here telling me that I'm this and that I'm that and la-di-di-di-da, I'm going to do. I don't care, girl. I'm living flamboyantly. This is what makes me me, and I just love doing what makes me happy. You only get one life. A lot of people are wasting their time trying to people please and trying to feel validated from everybody else and doing what everybody else is telling them to do. You can still love God and still be yourself. This is the problem with, ooh, girl, let me shut up because I'm going to get controversial. But this is the problem with some people. A lot of people will turn themselves to God and erase everything that they just fought for. You fought to be in your skin. You fought to have, the courage that you have now. You fought for that path. So why are you sitting over here, invalidating your path by sitting over here, ooh, girl, shut up, girl, because I'm going to get controversial. But this is why I say you have to be tough enough to not let nobody else's opinions on you, warp your perception on your transition. I love my skin. I love myself. I don't need your words. I don't need your input on my life. I know who I am. You can educate me on certain things if I'm being controversial or I'm being ignorant. You can educate me. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to be me. And my life isn't for you to agree on. It's for you to, learn. I'm gonna be honest. You're not gonna agree with everything that I say. Anybody watching this, it's not for you to agree. Okay, sister, I'm different from your average transsexual. I thought I've been telling y'all this ever since I came out that closet. Okay, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be myself authentically. This is what makes me me, and this is what makes me happy. In my words, I always say this: everybody has the same 24 hours as Beyonce, so do what makes you happy. When my mother flipped over and died, and I say this in every rant video, when she died, it made me realize you had to cherish time for what it is. You could sit over here and, you know, go bye-bye, and when you go bye-bye, ain't nobody gonna sit over here and give you your roses until you bye-bye and you off this planet. So do what makes you happy now. Live your life now. Stop wasting your time. And I know a lot of people don't have confidence, but it's not gonna happen overnight. You're just gonna have to do uncomfortable things to learn how to get confidence, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. I love that I get to express myself in very different ways, and I love that I get to express myself and live my life flamboyantly. A lot of people ask me what made me want to wear these afros, what made me want to put butterflies in my hair. Baby, I'm ghetto and I'm broke, girl. So I seen that this was like under $20. Girl, you think I want to spend $50, $100 on hair and wigs and accessories? Girl, no. My whole budget for like my makeup and all this other stuff, my budget is literally under $100. And that's for every single thing. My lashes are $1. The jewels on my face are 50 cents. The piercings are $1. You know, the butterflies are $5. The necklace is $2. The earrings are $1. You think I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars to sit over here and look pretty and to feel validated? I feel validated enough. I don't got that Kim Kardashian money. As a trans person, you gotta sit over here and be real with yourself. You ain't got that Kim Kardashian money, so you're just gonna have to adapt with your resources, girl. And a lot of people beat themselves up because they don't pass or they don't look certain way. I don't need nobody else to think that I pass or not. If you clock me and you think that I look like a man, I'm the baddest man to you. I love being trans because I'm not gonna see other trans people like me, so I gotta represent. You get what I mean? When I go into work and I'm going in this society and I'm living myself and I'm living my life flamboyantly me, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I didn't even know this is how real trans people are. Girl, trans people are real. Trans people are, you know, real human beings, and we have feelings. But, you know, what is represented in the media, you would think otherwise, you know. But you see somebody like me just not caring what they think and not caring what people think, and you're like, oh my God, this is okay. This is tea. Yes. I love being me, okay? I have people taking pictures of me every day. Like, literally, it happened today. This man going to proceed to sit over here, and he's like, oh my God, homegirl, I will give you $10 if you take a picture with my daughter. You are so beautiful. I'm like, oh Lord, y'all getting me on the worst days when I got stains all up in my shirts. But yes, come on, girl, let's go take a picture, girl. Jeez, like, girl, yes, I love being myself. I'm going to walk my path. And I always say this: when it's time to get dressed, it's time to get dressed. A lot of people sit over here and say that I look this way and I look that way, but you haven't seen me dress, girl. You have not seen me dress. Girl, I'm going to tell you, I know that I have the privilege to pass. And a lot of trans women say that, you know, passing isn't a privilege, that you earned that. I'm going to be honest with you. If you say that you earned it, but it can easily get taken away by you sitting over here getting, you know, snatched up. And girl, we don't want to get into that because I'm not trying to wish that on you. But you have to understand that that's a privilege. You have to be very humble if you pass. If you pass, be very humble, because it can always get taken away from you. And stop rubbing it in people's faces saying, you don't pass, because then when you rub it in people's faces, God going to sit over here and knock on your door. He going to be like, hey girl, let me take that away from you. And now you're looking like a bush queen for the rest of your life. Bada bing, bada boom. Stop being negative. Stop being nasty to people in your community. That's what the problem is in this community. Everybody's being so nasty to each other, and nobody wants to sit over here and spread love in this community. You people need, sorry, but some of you people, let me say some, not all, I'm not speaking directly to all, but some people truly need help, and some people truly need to sit over here and love their own skin and stop pushing their insecurities onto other people in this community. This is the problem. I understand that I passed, so I'm gonna use my passing privilege. If I can ever break down doors, I'm gonna help my sisters out. You gotta learn how to sit over here and use the powers and the privileges that you have in order to get successful in life, okay? I'm gonna sit over here and make sure, if I ever become famous, I'm going to show everybody what trans women can do. I'm going to show everybody that trans women are heard, and that trans women are beautiful human beings, and that we have feelings, and all we're trying to do is just feel woman enough and just to be heard. That's all we've been trying to do. But I'm getting so off topic But let me calm down, girl, because it's finna get a little bit ghetto. But I tell myself this all the time. Like, a lot of people ask me, how do I have confidence as a trans woman? It didn't happen overnight. I literally go in the mirrors and I'm my own best friend. So a lot of people will hear me talking to myself and they're like, are you talking to yourself? Yes, I'm talking to myself. I need to be telling myself, hey girl, you're gonna get through this ghetto day. You're gonna get through this ghetto day at work. Just like, you know, a couple more months. You just gotta thug it out, you know, smile, put on a smile. I always tell myself to put a smile on my face because I can't let nobody control my emotions. Can't let nothing control my emotions. And it's very hard. I'm not going to get on this camera and act like it's so easy for me to be positive all the time. Sometimes I be wanting to just go off on everything and everybody, but I can't do that. I gotta carry myself a certain way. And I know there was this one trans woman who told me that you need to carry yourself a certain way. I do carry myself a certain way. I carry myself with realness. I carry myself with royalness. I am a trans individual. You're never gonna find another like me, girl. And I'm not sitting over here saying that I'm cocky and that I'm this and that I'm that. I'm humble that I get to sit over here and live my life flamboyantly me, and that I have the confidence to not care about what anybody thinks. I don't care if you don't like me. Either go eat a bag of bricks. I don't care. Go eat some sand, girl. I don't care. Okay? I'm going to do what makes me happy. And I tell myself this all the time in the mirror. When I do look cocky and I do not pass, I don't truly beat myself up over it because, girl, you're going to have those cocky days. You're never going to successfully 24/7 pass all the time. So when you do have those days where you're not giving fish and people are not giving you compliments, you got to be like, okay, girl, well, you know, they're not giving me compliments, but girl, let me compliment myself. Yes, girl, you looking like a beautiful butch queen today, girl. Get up into the flat chestedness or whatever, girl. Yes, girl, get up into the buckeye, girl. Get up into the cockeyedness or whatever. Like, yes, I'm very like flamboyantly me, and I be lying to myself. I'm a very delusional trans woman, girl. If I look a mess, I'm gonna be lying and saying that I'm looking like Beyonce today. That's just the way that it is. Or I'm gonna accept that I look a mess, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, girl, just, you know, steady yourself and let's, you know, smile so we can get through the day. Because I gotta get through the day. Every single day is another day for you to sit over here and reinvent yourself. Don't ever get stagnant in this community. Don't ever get stagnant in your trans journey. Don't ever get stagnant in life, period. I don't know who's watching this, but don't be stagnant. Always go beyond the norm. I love myself, and I love myself enough to go beyond the norm and go beyond what people think that trans women or think that I should be doing. I don't do what you think I should be doing. In the future, girl, you already seen, girl, I've already started with different hairstyles. Ooh, y'all just don't understand. Like, girl, I am going to show myself that I can do it. I don't need to prove anything to anybody else. I love myself enough to just do what makes me happy. I love being a black transsexual, okay? I love being myself. I'm the ghetto black transsexual. I'm going to be your favorite ghetto black transsexual. I will leave an impact in this world before I, you know, before I, you know, go bye-bye, okay? I know I will. And to be honest with you, I leave an impact anywhere I go. That's how I know I'm going to leave an impact in this world. Every time I step into a room, everybody's saying boom shakalaka. Everybody's saying get up into the big purr. Everybody's copying my lingo. Everybody's sitting over here, you know, just staring at me. When people are staring at you, you got that aura, girl. Walk in that realness. You're a celebrity. Being trans is like being a celebrity. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's talking about you. Yes, girl, talk about this ghetto black transsexual. I don't care, girl. I need my coins and I need my views, girl. Because when you talking about me and you hating on me, girl, guess what, girl? Come to my YouTube channel. Watch my videos. Because, girl, let me tell you something. I monetize, so I'm going to get my coins either way it goes. Boom shakalaka. But I love being transgender, and I wouldn't want to be anything different. I love myself, and I'm always going to walk in my realness because this is what makes me me. And this video didn't even intend to be so long. I really didn't want it to be long. But when I'm speaking real stuff and I'm really speaking about from my heart, I end up, you know, ranting or whatever, right? But I'm telling you guys, you have to really love being transgender. You just have to accept everything that comes with being transgender. A lot of people get on camera and say that, oh my God, I am not you know, a biological man anymore. I don't care what you think of me. I really don't care. You can see me as whatever. I know who I am. I'm Alizea, okay? I'm never going to change for anybody, and you shouldn't change for anybody either. I love you guys. I look a little cockeyed right now. I don't even know why my eyeballs ain't even opening up, girl. That's how you know it's ghetto. But I love you guys. We are for to enter February, girl. You already know this month has been so great, girl. The funds is funding. Yes. But but I love you guys. I really wish everybody well. I hope you guys are doing well as well. It's a lot of wells, but I love you guys. Stream Nicki Minaj. I gotta go, and I also will do another video on, you know, why I hate being transgender, but it's gonna be really about like this generation and the cons with being transgender. I might speak on some real stuff that are going to offend y'all, so brace yourselves for that video when it comes out. But I love you guys. Street Nicki Minaj. I gotta go, girl. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye, loves.